final action for sleep apnea is here. That is April 2025 for ear, nose, and throat 38 CFR. Schedule of rating changes to include the respiratory system. Let's go ahead and pull this up. This is from Reg Info. Anytime there's information changing, this is my source for it. So here you go. But here, the title, Schedule for Rating Disabilities, ENT and Audiology Disabilities. We just did tinnitus. I'm going to link that below in the pinned comments. And then you have special provisions regarding evaluation of respiratory conditions and respiratory system. It has CFR citations just in case it's unclear. And so these first two deal with the ears. And then these next two over here deal with the respiratory system, specifically sleep apnea. Yes, sleep apnea is changing. Here below, you can see whenever it was proposed. Everyone knows it was proposed in 2022 because there's a billion YouTube videos on it. I've definitely added to that mix. Then we have final action. This is the part that's new of April 2025. There it is, 0400-2025. Now, what I do want to do is actually talk about what sleep apnea looks like. And here it is. This is going to be the rating change for sleep apnea. You still have the 100% criteria. And something to keep in mind is there's an or statement in the 100% and 50%. Now, we're going to go to the 50% because most veterans fall in that category. If you're 100% for sleep apnea, that's some serious stuff, and that really sucks, okay? Now, for most veterans who have sleep apnea, they use the CPAP or some other form of treatment, but their apnea episodes are severe enough to rate that 50%. And so here we go. Treatment ineffective as determined by sleep study. So it has to be determined by the sleep study, or unable to use treatment due to comorbid conditions and without end organ damage. Now, what is a comorbid condition? What we're going to do, anytime you see a note in 38 CFR, you absolutely have to read the note. This is critical, okay? Especially for sleep apnea, but anytime you see a note, read the note. Now, qualifying comorbidities. Hopefully I said that right. Probably not. I am from Kentucky. I'm sorry. So qualifying of related conditions are conditions that, in the opinion of a qualified medical provider, this is what I really want to spend a minute on. Not your opinion. Your opinion means nothing. My opinion means nothing. Your spouse or partner's opinion in a statement means nothing. Your rater's opinion means nothing. It is the opinion of a qualified medical provider. That's going to be one of two, at a minimum, one of two. One, your C&P examiner, which I personally would not trust. I would not put the ball in their court to make that determination. Or two, my recommendation is your healthcare team, whether that's private or the VA. You need to be transparent and open with them about if you're using your treatment or not. And if not, why? Why aren't you using your treatment? Is it because, and then it goes on, we'll just hop right back into this, directly impede or prevent the habitual use, not a one-time use or sometimes, habitual use of a recognized form of treatment, shown by sleep study to be effective in the affected veteran's case. So it's got to be a recognized form of treatment. And then it has examples here. This is not an all-inclusive list. All right. Contact dermatitis, like a skin condition. Parkinson's disease. I think that one's pretty obvious. Missing limbs, facial disfigurement, skull fracture. My question would be, like, if you have PTSD and you have night terrors, if that would count for this or not. That's my number one question. But regardless, whatever it is for you, if you are unable to use your treatment, you've got to speak with your healthcare team as to, one, you can't use this treatment because of this, whatever this is, not because you don't feel like it or it's hard. I cannot use my treatment because of my skin condition on my face. That would solidify that 50% rating. I already know people's going to ask, if I'm already 50%, are they going to take my rating away? The answer is no. Okay. I really don't understand how people are still asking this question. Many people have covered it already. I'm going to cover it again. We're going to use GERD and IBS as a staple here because those changes did go into effect May 19th of this year. And so what did that look like? It looked like, let's say you had a GERD rating, you had GERD and IBS before in January, in May happened, the changes happened. And so now what happened to those ratings? The answer is nothing. When a CFR change happens, the VA cannot, it's not that they won't, or they don't have the manpower to, they can't change your rating based on a CFR change, period. Another question. I'm already 100% P&T. Are they going to take my sleep apnea rating away? No, they're not. They're not. Okay. 1, you're a P&T. 2, no, they can't. The VA cannot change your rating based on a 38 CFR change, period. All the same rules apply, point blank. I'm no longer answering that question. But back to the GERD and IBS ratings, okay? For those who wanted a shot at the new criteria, all they had to do was submit an increase. That's it. And if you're in another scenario, if you had an intent to file prior to May 19, then the VA has to look at both rating schedules and they will award you the higher one. Now, if you know they didn't, this is going to sound crazy, but raters really don't understand 38 CFR or M21 TAC 1. If you know you would have rated higher on the old schedule, but they didn't look at it and they rated you on the new schedule and you fall within that intent to file period, that's a higher level review. All right. So there you go. Sleep apnea is here, April 2025. And that's all we got.